Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of US state quarter dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today. We're diving into the world of American coins to uncover a quiet legend that could be sitting unnoticed in your collection. Yes, we're talking about the United States 2001 Kentucky State Quarter. On the surface, it may look like just another commemorative coin, but hidden among the millions minted that year are a few rare gems that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. And when we say fortune, we mean it. So stick with us till the end, because you won't believe how much one of these coins is worth in top condition. Let's start with the story behind the coin. In 2001, the U.S. Mint continued its popular 50 state quarters program by releasing the Kentucky Quarter, the 15th coin in the series. Each state quarter was designed to represent something iconic and meaningful to that state, and Kentucky certainly didn't disappoint. The reverse of the coin features Federal Hill, the historic mansion that inspired Stephen Foster's beloved ballad, My Old Kentucky Home. In front of the mansion stands a beautifully detailed image of a horse behind a wooden fence, symbolizing Kentucky's deep ties to thoroughbred racing and horse breeding. It's a coin rich in symbolism. The rolling hills, the stately home, and of course, the horse. Everything about it tells a story of pride, tradition, and American heritage. Now, here's where things get interesting. While the Kentucky State Quarter was minted in large numbers in Philadelphia and Denver, not all coins were created equal. The vast majority went straight into circulation, passing from pocket to pocket, collecting nicks, scratches, and wear. But a tiny number escaped that fate. These are coins that were never used, coins in flawless, uncirculated condition, the kind collectors dream about. But what really sends the value of some Kentucky quarters soaring isn't just condition, it's errors. Mint errors are like happy accidents for collectors. They happen during the coin production process, sometimes due to misaligned dies, double strikes, or even wrong planchets being used. For example, imagine a Kentucky quarter that was mistakenly struck on a nickel-sized blank. That kind of error turns an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind collector's prize. Some Kentucky quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing layers, making them incredibly rare. In the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value, and the fewer there are, the higher the demand. And it's not just about money, although that's definitely a big part of it. For collectors, owning a rare state quarter with a known error is like holding a piece of minting history. It tells a story that no other coin does. It's the difference between a painting and a masterpiece. So, what should you look for? If you have a 2001 Kentucky quarter, here's what to keep an eye on. Is it in uncirculated condition? That means no scratches, no wear, and full mint luster. Does it have any visible minting errors? Maybe a doubled image, missing details, or a strangely colored surface. And this is key. Does it look unusual in any way compared to other quarters? If something seems off, that could be your golden ticket. Because, believe it or not, a Kentucky State Quarter from 2001, in the right condition and with the right minting error, has been valued by collectors at as much as $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. $80,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of discovery that turns casual coin collecting into a life-changing moment. So don't underestimate that loose change in your drawer or that old quarter you've been ignoring. It might be worth more than you ever imagined. Top 2, we're heading west, straight into the heart of the Rocky Mountains, to talk about a coin that might just be hiding in plain sight. The 2006 Colorado State Quarter. At first glance, it may look like just another quarter. You've probably handled one without even thinking twice. But here's the twist. This coin could be worth far more than 25 cents. In fact, under the right conditions, one of these humble little coins has been valued at an astonishing price that could change your entire perspective on pocket change. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's explore what makes the 2006 Colorado Quarter so unique. This coin was part of the U.S. Mint's wildly popular 50 state quarters program, where each state was given its moment to shine. For Colorado, that moment came with a powerful image, the breathtaking Rocky Mountains stretching across the coin's reverse side. with the words "Colorful Colorado" engraved beneath. Jagged peaks, majestic ridgelines, and deep natural textures all captured in just a small circle of metal. It's one of the most visually striking designs in the entire series. But what really grabs attention, especially for collectors, is not just the artwork. It's the rarity, condition, and the incredible mint errors that make some of these Colorado quarters true treasures. Let's talk rarity. Now, it's true that millions of these coins were produced, but most were used in everyday transactions, tossed into pockets, dropped on sidewalks, scratched in cash registers. Only a very small number survived in flawless, uncirculated condition. And that's the first clue that you might have something valuable. If your coin is crisp, bright, and free from any signs of wear, you're already off to a good start. But here's where things get really exciting. Some 2006 Colorado quarters left the mint with serious production errors. And these are the coins that send collectors into a frenzy. Imagine a coin that was double struck, where the design appears twice, slightly off from each other, creating a ghost-like image. Or one that was struck on the wrong metal planchet, giving it a strange color or weight. Other errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing layers, all rare, all real, and all highly collectible. Now you might be thinking, how could the US Mint make those kinds of mistakes? But here's the truth, minting millions of coins every year is no easy task. And every now and then, a rare flaw sneaks through the quality checks and ends up in someone's pocket. That's where luck comes into play, and where value skyrockets. Collectors love these types of coins, not just because they're rare, but because they tell a story. Each error is a one-of-a-kind fingerprint, a small accident that transforms a common object into a collectible treasure. Owning one of these flawed coins is like owning a piece of hidden history, frozen in metal. So, what should you be looking for? Check the condition first. A bright, shiny, uncirculated Colorado quarter is worth inspecting. Next, look closely. Are there any strange marks? Doubling? Off-center images? Anything that seems unusual? Weigh the coin if you can. Sometimes a mint error involves the wrong planchet, which means a different weight than normal. If you spot anything odd, don't ignore it. You might just be holding something extraordinary. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Among the rarest of these 2006 Colorado quarters, those with major minting errors and pristine condition. One coin has stunned collectors with a jaw-dropping price tag. A single 2006 Colorado State quarter, with the right error and in perfect uncirculated form, has been valued at $77,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $77,000. For a coin most people would pass off as just regular change. So the next time you're flipping through your coin jar, digging through old collections, or even just getting change from the store, keep your eyes wide open. That ordinary quarter could be your golden ticket. Top 3, we're talking about a coin that has stunned the collecting world with its beauty, its mystery, and, in rare cases, its shocking value. That's right. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2008 Arizona State quarter. Now, if you've ever taken a road trip through Arizona, you already know there's something magical about the landscape. Endless desert, towering rock formations, and that bold, fiery sky. The U.S. Mint captured that spirit when it designed Arizona's quarter as part of the final stretch in the 50 State Quarters program. The reverse side of this coin is a work of art. It features the iconic Grand Canyon, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, stretching across the background. In front of it, a saguaro cactus stands tall and proud, symbolizing the wild, untamed beauty of Arizona's Sonoran Desert. And beneath it all, the state's motto, Grand Canyon State. But here's the thing. While millions of these quarters were released into circulation, not all Arizona quarters are created equal. And if you're lucky enough to have one of the special ones, we're talking about a coin with the right mix of rarity, pristine condition, and minting errors. Then you might be holding onto a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's talk about what makes this coin so interesting for collectors. First, condition is everything. A quarter that's been jingling around in someone's pocket for 15 years? Probably not worth more than face value. But a mint state coin, uncirculated, crisp, sharp, with its luster still glowing, that's when things start getting valuable. Collectors seek out coins in MS 67 or higher, meaning they're virtually flawless. But wait, it gets better. Some of the most valuable Arizona quarters aren't just rare because of condition, they're rare because of errors. And this is where things get exciting. Point one of the most well-known and valuable minting mistakes found in the 2008 Arizona quarter involves something called a cactus leaf error. You see, normally the coin's design shows a clean, clear space around the cactus. But in some error versions, an extra leaf appears on the left side of the cactus, covering part of the Grand Canyon in the background. This wasn't supposed to happen. It's the result of a die issue at the mint. These flawed coins are incredibly sought after because of how few exist, and because the error is so visually striking. You don't need a microscope to notice it. It jumps out at you. Other Arizona quarters have been found with double die errors, where elements of the design, like the date, state name, or even the fine lines in the canyon, appear doubled. Still others have been struck on incorrect planchets, meaning they were made using the wrong metal blank, sometimes resulting in a different weight or color. These kinds of minting mistakes turn a common coin into a rare collectible. And when you add flawless condition into the mix, that's when values start to soar. So, what should you look for if you have a 2008 Arizona quarter? Check both sides for design anomalies. Is anything doubled, shifted, or oddly placed? Pay close attention to the area. Around the cactus, do you see any extra leaves or shapes that shouldn't be there? Hold the coin under a light. Does the surface shine like it just left the mint? That's a great sign. And if you're really unsure, take it to a reputable coin dealer or grading service. You might be surprised by what they find. Because believe it or not, one of these rare error Arizona quarters, in absolutely perfect uncirculated condition, was once valued at a jaw-dropping amount. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. A single 2008 Arizona state quarter, with the right minting error and in pristine condition, has been estimated to be worth $73,000. Yes, you heard that right. $73,000. All for a coin that most people would overlook at the bottom of a change. JAR.so. Take a moment to check your collection, revisit your childhood coin stash, or even look through your spare change the next time you're at the store. You just might find that the desert sun of Arizona left behind more than just sand and sunsets. It might have left you with a small piece of history that's worth a fortune. Top for we're turning the spotlight on a coin that launched a whole new era of U.S. currency design. It's elegant, it's historic, and in the right condition, it's worth a small fortune. We're talking about the 2010 Hot Springs National Park Quarter, the very first coin released in the America the Beautiful Quarters series. At first glance, it might not look all that different from your everyday pocket change. But don't let appearances fool you. Because tucked inside some of these coins is a rare combination of flawlessness and error that makes collectors go wild. And if you're lucky enough to have one of the special ones, you might just be holding on to something truly extraordinary. Let's start with a bit of background. In 2010, the U.S. Mint launched the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a follow-up to the wildly successful 50-state quarters series. The first coin to kick off this ambitious new project was the Hot Springs Quarter, honoring Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas, the oldest protected area in the federal park system. The design on the reverse side features the park's ornate Hot Springs National Park headquarters building, with a fountain in the foreground symbolizing the thermal waters that made the area famous. Above the image, the words Hot Springs are carved in fine detail, along with the year 2010 and the United States motto, E Pluribus Unum. It's a beautiful piece of art. But in the world of coin collecting, beauty alone doesn't make a coin valuable. What really sends the price skyrocketing is rarity, condition, and most exciting of all, minting errors. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While millions of these quarters were produced in Philadelphia and Denver, only a small percentage were struck with perfect precision. Coins that escaped into the world untouched, no scratches, no dings, no discoloration, are considered uncirculated. If your Hot Springs quarter still has its original mint luster and sharp detail, you might be looking at the first sign of something special. But the real treasure lies in the error coins. And yes, there are a few known Hot Springs quarters that contain fascinating mistakes. One of the most famous involves a double die error, where parts of the design, such as the lettering or architectural details, appear doubled under magnification. Another rare variation includes off-center strikes, where the design isn't properly aligned, leaving part of the image or text off the edge. There are also reported examples of die cracks, which show up as raised lines on the surface of the coin, often running through the building or across the fountain. And here's the collector's secret. Those errors don't make the coins defective. They make them unique. A perfect coin is great, but a rare, flawed coin in perfect condition? That's a holy grail for serious collectors. What makes the Hot Springs quarter even more appealing is its place in history. Being the first release in a new national series adds an extra layer of significance. Firsts are always more collectible, and this coin marked the beginning of a decade-long journey through America's most iconic landmarks. It's the foundation of a beloved series, and for some collectors, that alone makes it a must-have. How do you know if your Hot Springs quarter might be valuable? First, examine the condition. Look for a coin that appears untouched by time. No signs of wear, bright and clean, with all the tiny details still sharp. Next, inspect both sides closely. Are the letters perfectly shaped? Do any lines appear doubled or shifted? Is the image centered correctly? And finally, if anything looks unusual, it's worth having your coin professionally graded or appraised. Sometimes, what seems like a small flaw to the naked eye can be a big deal to an expert, because as unbelievable as it might sound, one of these error Hot Springs quarters, in flawless uncirculated condition, has fetched a price that left collectors speechless. So now, here it is, the moment you've been waiting for, a rare 2010 Hot Springs National Park quarter, with a minting error and in pristine condition, has been valued at a stunning $69,000. Yes, you heard that right. $69,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of money most people wouldn't associate with spare change. But in the world of numismatics, the smallest coin can carry the biggest reward. The next time you're sorting through your change or flipping through a coin folder from years ago, pause for a moment. That quiet little coin with the fountain and the old building just might be your ticket to something incredible. Top 5. We're traveling to the Red Rock Canyons of Utah to uncover the secrets behind one of the most majestic and surprisingly valuable coins in your pocket, the 2014 Arches National Park quarter. Now, this isn't just any quarter. This is part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series, a collection that highlighted some of the most iconic and breathtaking landscapes in the United States. And when it came to Utah, there was no better symbol than the towering, gravity-defying delicate arch, the centerpiece of Arches National Park. Just look at it. The design on this coin is striking. The massive natural arch stretches across the center, framed by towering canyon walls and open desert sky. Beneath the arch is a small silhouette of the La Salle Mountains in the distance. It's more than just scenery. It's a tribute to time, nature, and endurance. But what if I told you this beautiful little coin, released into circulation just like any other quarter, could be worth a life-changing amount of money? Let's get into it. Millions of these coins were minted in 2014 at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. They were released for everyday use, meaning most were thrown in pockets, spent at gas stations, or tossed into piggy banks without a second thought. But as with any series, not all coins are created equal. The value of the 2014 Arches quarter depends on three crucial things: condition, rarity, and errors. Let's start with condition. That if your coin has scratches, dents, or signs of wear, it's probably not going to turn any heads. But if you've somehow held on to a mint state coin, meaning it's uncirculated, clean, and still gleaming with its original luster, then you're holding something with potential. Coins graded at MS 67 or higher are especially sought after, and prices climb fast with even a small increase in grade. But here's where things get really exciting. Minting errors. Some of the rarest and most valuable Arches quarters were never meant to look the way they do. That's because of mistakes made during the minting process. Accidents that turn an ordinary coin into a unique piece of history. One of the most well-known errors involves a double die strike, where elements of the design, like the text or edges of the arch, appear duplicated. There are also coins that were struck off-center, meaning part of the image is cut off or misaligned. Others were minted on the wrong metal planchets, giving the coin an unusual weight or color. There are even cases of struck-through errors, where a foreign object, like a piece of cloth or wire, was caught between the die and the planchet during the strike. These errors leave fascinating, one-of-a-kind marks that collectors go crazy for. Here's the key. The more dramatic and visible the error, the higher the value. And if the error coin is also in perfect uncirculated condition, that's the perfect storm. Now, if you're a collector or just someone who loves the thrill of the hunt, this is the kind of coin that gets your heart racing. Because the Arches quarter isn't just rare because of its beauty, it's rare because of these unpredictable minting mysteries. Every now and then, one of these flawed but flawless coins pops up in a collection or coin roll, And when it does, it doesn't stay hidden for long. So what should you be looking for? First, inspect the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass if you have one. Look for doubling, misalignment, or anything that seems unusual. Check the rim, the date, the edges of the arch, and the mountain silhouettes. Compare it with a regular arch's quarter. If something stands out, it might be worth sending in to be graded. Because now we come to the moment you've all been waiting for, among the rarest examples of the 2014 arch's quarter, with a significant mint error and in pristine condition. One coin has been valued at a stunning $66,000. Yes, you heard that right. $66,000. For one little quarter that, to most people, looks like pocket change. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. What you see as ordinary might be extraordinary. And that next great find? It could be in your hands right now. If you enjoyed this journey into the Red Rock Canyons and the rare world of valuable quarters, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure stories, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another discovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. Some are worth more than their weight in gold. Happy collecting, and see you next time.